Alright, hello and welcome to the second iteration of our development video screen capture fun times with Starbound Aces. Here I'm just going to show you some of the minor improvements we added, one of which is definitely not our assets, as we are still using the Unity on GUI drawing calls without any other textures or whatsoever in normal font. Last video I just had lame music and I figured people would rather hear my voice. If not, well, turn off the sound and play some music. But I'll be talking about some things that may or may not be important to you and relevant to your life or mine. However, I think it's a good idea to listen. Right now we have single player, multiplayer, high scores, credits, quit. None of these work except for multiplayer. Multiplayer brings you to another menu, which brings you to another menu, which allows you to talk to people, if they're there. But we don't know if they're there yet. You'll see in a moment. We'll add that in, don't worry. Quit actually lets you quit. Credits shows you a blue screen, and high scores also shows you a blue screen. If you keep up on the blog, you'll realize I just added some tables to, well, actually my local box for keeping track of high scores for people who have registered. That won't be added until probably a couple weeks. We really want to get the main game down, as this is still a school project, and being a school project, we have due dates. We have 4 more weeks to get a decent alpha ready, and I'm hoping that we have art to go with it. Single player is more of our testing ground area. Multiplayer is what we care about. So here on multiplayer, I will eventually add a username, password, or sign in as guests. Really the only benefit of creating a username and password when it's going to be implemented is so to keep your scoring data persistent. That way you can get your career score, and when you check high scores you can be on top, if you're good. If you're bad, then you could sign as a guest repeatedly and not care whatsoever. Still debating whether we're going to go with that hybrid guest or regular user kind of deal, or just straight up users. Alright, so let's log in. If it'll let me log in. And it seems like it's not letting me log in. For some reason, it's not letting me log in. I think I am going to restart it. Just give us 1 second. Oh yeah, definitely seems to have frozen. Don't know why. Perhaps I rambled too much. And yes, it is powered by Unity. Alright, so we actually logged in here, and let's see if my classmate is here. One of 3 others, including me, so that makes 4. Let me say hello. Of course, he probably waited so long, he might have been disconnected, and life sucks if he did. I need to fix the server so that we don't have a timeout like that. I think it's set to like a minute. Which I rambled on for so long. And if he did get disconnected, I will just have to spam the chat box until he gets back. Actually, right now I can spam it to show you that it's not just a random box, but a box that scrolls. Everybody loves a scrolling box. That means you can fit more. Alright, so he's going to make a game, so you can see that when you're logged in the lobby, games appear when they're made, and you can join them. So I'm going to let him kill me, and it's a little laggy at first, mostly because of screen capture. So I'm flying, W is to accelerate, S is to deaccelerate, A strafing, D strafing again, and then he is flying into me. So I told him to wait so he could kill me. As you can see, left mouse button lets you shoot, and not clicking out of the... He's going the wrong way. He is going the wrong way again. Last time we had a 15-minute video and it didn't even capture this, but we spent a lot of time chasing each other, so I think I'm just going to shoot him. I told him to kill me, so you can see me explode, which is awesome. But but oh man. Yeah, acceleration is set to a really low number right now. However, you go really fast, especially if you go really fast in the wrong direction. One thing I need to do is fix the camera so that when you're facing the wrong way, the name doesn't appear. Also clamp mouse so that you don't I don't think he sees me. But I see him. As you can see, the server sends rotation and position. If I kill him... Aha! There we go. He died. Got him. Ha! And he got kicked out of the room, so I can't talk to him right now. He's probably sad. Who knows? But yeah, right now it's one hit kill. Health is 100, damage is 100. No weird modifiers like that. And lasers are great. Spewing things. Anyways, that's pretty much all you can do right now. When you die, there's a giant bubble that explodes. And your camera kind of floats around it. Your ship disappears. Oh, and this box is your ship right now. Think of like, you know, minimalist. Very minimalist game, yes. No, but not really. We need our artist to start making assets. I mean, he started, but we don't have any yet. And it'd be pretty cool once we get spaceships. You'll have a spaceship. Always great things to have are spaceships to fly around and shoot things. Nothing crazy going on. We will implement a scoring system when we get farther along development. Basically, every time you hit a player, you'll get a couple of points, and when you kill a player, you get more points. And the longer you survive, you'll get more points. Basically, you just get points for living, for just, you know. It's kind of like taxes, you know, you're going to get points no matter what, except, you know, points are a good thing in this case. Bad analogy, but it happens. Alright, so that's pretty much all the game. I have no way of getting back, so I'm just going to float here for eternity with only the shading to tell me that I am actually moving. You'll notice the round objects that were in the game previously were mostly there for points of reference. Later we're going to have a skybox for space, because space is big and a skybox will be big and it'll make it look like you're flying through space. And I'm thinking about adding in random generators for debris. Right now clipping space is 1,000, so basically randomly generate garbage within your clipping space. Fly past you, maybe it'll damage you if it hits you, so you have to have evasive maneuvers. Originally, now, one thing I do have to mention is the camera script. I used Unity's asset before, which was interesting when giving an object full 3D movements. It just snapped all over the place, you know, and next thing you know, your camera makes it look like you're flying backwards when you're flying forwards, and you rotate at odd angles. Then I created my own, and I had it actually detach from the object, and wow, it was very cinematic, let's put it that way. It'd slowly pan and rotate, but then your object would get far away and you weren't actually controlling the ship anymore. It's more like you were watching the ship fly away from your camera, like a disease. So I attach it as an object, so it follows perfectly now. And that's why when in the beginning you kind of saw it slowly pan backwards, or I'm not a cinematographer, so I don't know if panning's the right word, but I thought it was a nice little effect. Once we have spaceships and stuff and engines, sound effects will be another thing. Maybe you'll get sound effects next video and you don't have to listen to me talk. Speaking of which, that's about it. Make sure you check out the dev blog, where the link will be found probably somewhere. Either in the video if I bother with it, or wherever you find this video. If it's like on a forum post embedded, it'll probably at the bottom where I would have mentioned it already. Or if you're already on the dev blog, just check back for more updates. I try to do 2 a day, telling you what I plan on doing, and then telling you whether I'm good or if I'm bad at, you know, programming, scripting, developing. Although I think the next feature set will be adding a bunch of server stuff for validation. Right now the client pretty much bosses around all the other clients by telling it what it's doing. And that's not good. I can't trust a client. That's one thing I learned. If you trust a client, you're being stupid. Or not, because I don't want to call anybody stupid. I'll be stupid. I'm stupid. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I hope you stayed with me this whole time, and I hope you are actually following Starbound Aces in its extreme infancy, still curled up in the womb, waiting to be born. Once we get our assets, it'll be more fun to watch. And definitely check back later, check out the YouTube channel, which is mine, on YouTube. It's follow the video, I guess, is the best advice I have for you. Alright, until next time.